Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody, and welcome, uh, effectively to the worst podcast ever. Slightly different than normal because, as you can tell, I am kind of sitting at a different angle. I'm not on the desktop today. I'm actually using my tablet this time. Kind of weird story as to why. Twix has been misbehaving, and I do not want to turn the computer on and then have to chase after her, whereas my tablet's smaller and I can chase after her and still be mobile. But anyway, though, guys, welcome back to another episode of the worst podcast ever, where this week we are talking about Beakman's World. For those of you that don't know what Beakman's World is, it was a massively popular show back in the 90s. Science meets entertainment. I really would consider this the first ever edutainment show, but honestly, it was really good, especially for what it offered and what it brought to the table. It was downright beautiful. It was hosted by Paul Zaluk, who's really good at what he does. And I probably butchered his name, I know it, but he was really good at what he does. And honestly, I learned a lot of science through that show, more so than Bill Nye the Science Guy ever could have taught me. I learned more from Beakman's World than I ever learned at all through, well, Bill Nye. I learned more from Beakman's World. And it had a wonderful cavalcade of a cast of characters. You had Lester the Rat. You had the Penguins, which were at the start and end of every episode. You had obviously Beakman himself, and then there was two different people he had. He had Jonesy and I can't remember what her other name was. That were his lovely little assistants, and it was a good show. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it for what it offered and what it brought to the table. Yes, there were some episodes that were kind of iffy. But to be fair, the show was in the 90s. The 90s was still coming off of the massively powerful drug that was the 80s. So obviously we can cut it some slack. But I just remember Beakman's World so much when I was a kid. Come on, let's hear your thoughts. Anybody remember Beakman's World? Let's get that chat bar going. Anybody remember Beakman's World, the wonderful science show? Put the light on here to see that makes a difference. The light, I guess it does. Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of makes a difference. Oh, okay, no, it doesn't make a difference. Yep. Okay, this is actually a lot better. Not having the light on. Okay, no light on's better. Light on bad. But yeah, does anybody remember Beakman's World? Let's get a little discussion and dialogue going. Who remembers this unique show from the 90s? The unique science show about math and other things. It's just so much fun. Come on, who remembers Beakman's World? You cannot tell me you don't remember Beakman's World. I refuse to believe that. But no, it was actually a really good show. Like I said, I did learn a lot from it. That was the show that taught me how televisions work, which is really cool. But you really have to admit, like for an edutainment show, which is what it was. I'm gonna try holding my camera this way. Maybe that might make a bit of a difference. If I just go like this. Okay, there we go. That might make a difference. I can just put it up against my monitor. Yeah. Okay. And then just kind of like resetting myself because now my camera's over here. But yeah, so I mean, I just remember Beakman's World being this massively incredible show when I was a kid. I always looked forward to watching every episode of it. I looked forward to just, in general, the uniqueness that it was going to bring every single episode. It was just cool. And there were other weird science shows on in the 90s when I was a kid. There's this creepy one that was on a Sunday morning that honestly I don't remember much of, say for like one episode because my mom and I watched it and I wanted to recreate the experiment. But other than that, yeah, it was kind of it was a weird show. I won't I won't deny that. But yep, Beakman's World was a show. It was a show back in the day. It was weird but fun. It was an entertaining kind of interesting, but it was Beakman's World, and I mean Beakman's World is just that. It's cool. Seriously, come on though. Anybody remember Beakman's World? Anybody out there at all? Anybody watching me today, or am I just spinning my wheels? I hope I'm not. I mean, usually by now I have somebody that would ask me, okay, so if Beakman, let me just check off this bingo card here, because I probably might have lost some subscribers. I don't know. But what would happen if Beakman would meet the rabbits? Well, a lot actually. You'd probably find them quite interesting and be probably trying to teach them science, which would be really amazing. There's just a whole bunch of like different sound effects in the show that worked out so well. The spinning noise inside the mail container. He always had the Beakman challenge. He just constantly picked on Lester though, which was really fun. I know Lester kind of got his comeuppance once. He managed to one time beat Beakman, which was really cool. And I know you can pull up the whole series. I know it was up on Tubi. I don't know if it still is anymore, but it was, which was really cool. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those weird shows from the 90s that was just pure 90s. It was pure 90s cheese. So good in its delivery and execution of just science facts and teaching us that honestly, I still remember half the stuff I learned from Beekman's World more so than I did from science class. And I always love how in science class they're always telling me, "Oh, well, we have to teach you this way." I'm like, "No, no, you don't. I'm sorry if I'm adjusting stuff. I got up a little late this morning." But yeah. Hi, Alter! Welcome to the show. I was wondering when you were going to show up. You never heard of Beekman's World. I know about Bumping the Night in Dog City. Twix is in timeout. She's been misbehaving the last 2 days. So she is in timeout this morning. No, I remember Bumping the Night, and I kind of remember Dog City from rewatching some top 10 lists, but oh, you have never heard of Beekman's World? You were doing yourself a disjustice. The sad thing was, if you Google search Beekman's World, he actually did do a more recent one. He crossed over with, I think it's like it's that weird guy that has like half a cyborg face and does like debunk stuff. He teamed up with him and did a thing on perpetual motion, which is really cool. Yeah, Warner Brothers is going to be shelving a lot of stuff, unfortunately. But yep, tomorrow's a big game. Notice how much I care. I'm not watching football this year. My team isn't in it. I don't care. But I'm just shocked that you've never seen Beekman's World, like ever. It's weird. I mean, it was a really good show, especially back in the '90s. See, you're doing yourself a huge disservice by not watching the show. You've got to go check it out. I know there's some episodes up on YouTube. There's like the massive compilation episode, and I'm pretty sure at least last time I checked, Tubi still had it. You've got to check out Beacons World. It is a blast. It is one of the best shows out there. It was just so much. It was just so much fun though as a kid watching this show and just like this is Beekman's World. This is really cool. I like it. Like this is really cool. I legit I loved it. Like I said, I learned more about science from Beekman's World than I ever could have learned watching I just realized I left my work pants here. Oh, I just realized that there's a piece of clothing. My mom went to do laundry and I just realized that I didn't. Oh, well, they'll be fine. I'll just spray them. I just realized it. Because we had to fight we had to fight Twix last night because she trashed my mom's room badly. She made a mess of the dining room. So we had to chase her down, and I just thought of him like, I left my work pants here. Well, I have some Febreze. I have some Febreze. I can just spray it. I'll get some I'll look see if they have any of that fabric stuff because I forgot about it. Yay! Hindsight is my worst enemy. Yeah. You got it. You got to go check out a couple episodes of Beakman's World. It is the best. You got the penguins, Herb and Marv at the start of it. They start off every episode and they end every episode because you're basically watching the show that they're watching, which is so cool. But yeah, it's an amazing show. You're doing yourself a huge disservice by not checking this show out. This show is the best you're ever going to see. You've got to check it out. Let me just send my mom a text here quick and let her know that I did forget those, so she's not asking if they're in there. But, yeah, I legit just thought about it. I'm looking down at my pants like, I forgot to throw my jeans in the wash. I mean, technically, I could just rinse them out here and then just hang them up in the bathroom since we have that closed now during the day, pretty much all the time because of a certain little kitty who will remain nameless. So that'll actually probably dry them a lot faster in there. But that's an idea. I might just do that. Get through my list here, what I gotta get. Wow, there's a lot I gotta get. Oh, she wants potatoes this week. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Can do. Yeah, they're making Moana 2 without the original voice actors coming back or confirmed to come back yet, with a half-assed plot and everything else. So yeah, they're still making Moana 2, but yet they're making Moana 2. Yeah, it's been huge news this week. Just the whole they don't have anything that they would need, which is weird. Yep. And they don't have a confirmation for either The Rock or the one that voiced the main character, whether or not they can return or not. They're still in discussion about it. So that's even worse. And yet they're going forward with this. So yeah, I think well, that's not going to end well. That's going to end in disaster. I can feel that coming a mile and a half away. Yeah, whoever voiced Moana herself. So her and the one that voiced The Rock, because they don't have them confirmed yet. They're still in talks. Yeah, I saw some with Mega Mind. What the heck's going on with that? I saw something floating up on Twitter a couple times about that. What the heck's going on? What the heck's up with that? Um, never say never. Look how long it took for us to get Devils a part-timer season 2. Um, never say never. It's possible. They just have to make sure it's still good. I mean, technically, a decade later, you could add that into the story. Like, Megamind's been protecting Metro City for over 10 years. And he's finally starting to realize that he's sick and tired of protecting these people. And when a giant threat comes, he takes it as his opportunity to pull a Metro Man and leave. I don't know. I never saw that. I know that a lot of DreamWorks projects and that did get Nickelodeon series. They were in tight bed with them for a while. You had Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. There was, oh god, it was like, I think 4 of them. I think I'm trying to remember what the other ones were. I just remember Kung Fu Panda. Oh, Monsters versus Aliens. There's that. That got its own series. Penguins of Madagascar. Thank you. I knew there was another one. Penguins of Madagascar, and I think there was a fourth one. I don't remember. Oh, no. That was part of Penguins of Madagascar. I was gonna say King Julian, but he was part of Penguins of Madagascar. Crap. I'm trying to figure out what the fourth one. You had Monsters versus Aliens, Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness, Penguins of Madagascar. To be fair, I never liked King Julian. He was one of those. I felt like literally you could just take your finger like this and flick him off the face of the earth, and no one would miss him. Well, I'm sorry. Save for Mort, his personal little ass kisser. Aside from Mort, I don't think anyone would miss him. Aside from his personal little ass kisser. But I remember there was. That's gonna bug me now, and I can't really look it up. But I swear there was another. I swear there was 4. No, Maurice would not miss him, nor would the Penguins. Mort would be the only one that would legitimately be sad. He would be the only one that would legitimately be sad. I swear there was a fourth one though. Unless there was one that was in the works and never got premiered. I swear there was a fourth one though. Yeah, nobody would miss King Julian. That's the problem. Oh god, I can just imagine King Julian with the rabbits. Oh, help us all. King Julian with the rabbits. I don't even want to begin to imagine that nightmare. That that legit feels like a nightmare of nightmares that I don't even want to try to imagine, but I know I would have to see. But yeah, like I said, aside from Mort, I don't really think anybody would miss him because Mort would be the legit one that would just be the only one that would miss him. They wouldn't even bow down to him. They'd look at him and laugh. Or they'd take his crown and then he'd be dethroned. He would no longer be King Julian, he'd just be Julian. Which honestly would be really funny. Like you go from King Julian to Julian. Do you see the difference here, boys and girls? That would be funny though. See King Julian get what's coming to him. Be like, well, King Julian's about to get dethroned. Yay! Yay! Yep. The rabbits would take his crown. They'd be playing with it, and he'd be getting pissed off. They would probably just destroy him. Honestly, I could see that happening, and now I kind of want to see it. It's like I could see it happening, and now I want to see it happen just because I know I can see it happening. I want to see it. That'd be really cool. King Julian gets dethroned by the rabbits. Nah, I don't see Claptrap wasting his time with Julian. I really don't. I don't see that. I don't even think the minions would dethrone him. They would probably look at him as though he's like massively evil, like Gru, and then they would just follow his every whim until the rabbits like dethrone his butt, and they'd be like, "Oh," and then they just go hang up. Oh God, no! The rabbits having control of the minions. Oh God. Well, I enjoyed sleeping. I'm not gonna be doing that anymore. I am never gonna be sleeping again. Now, the rabbits and the rabbits having control of the minions. Oh, sweet God. And the sad thing is, I don't even think that Grimm never really did anything in the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. He was legit just there. He never did anything. So I don't really see that as a possibility because he didn't do anything. He was effectively useless. I think Mandy did more in the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy than Grimm did evil. Megamind versus the Rabbits would probably go weird in like 3 seconds. The minions, I don't even think he'd waste his time. They would follow him though. He would be considered the most powerful being. They would follow him. Remember, that's their entire shtick. Is that they follow whoever is the most powerful, whether they're evil or good. To be fair, Hector Concarne couldn't conquer a paper bag. So that would be a waste of that they wouldn't even bother, I don't think. But no, I'm horrified that I thought of the minions, that the rabbits have control of the minions. That is that's a nightmare. That is a nightmare that I never imagined. I don't even see him versus the rabbit. Hector Concarne could not conquer anything. He was the. There's a reason why they ditched that. I think like after season 1, why they ditched it being the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy with Hector Concarne. I think there's a reason why they ditched that because the ratings for it sucked. He didn't do anything. I mean, it's essentially I'm going to try to take over the world, but at the same time, I'm probably an idiot and I can't take over the world. Yeah, I can see the rabbits totally screwing with Metro City. I really can see that. That'd be cool. Oh yeah, he would be dethroned in like 3 seconds. And poor Mort would probably try to go complete Rambo on the rabbit. Sorry, but nothing would happen. They would just completely destroy him, and I'd be like, "Hey, today, hey, today," and yeah, you tried and failed miserably. Well, duh! Sorry, that immediately gets a duh. Yep. That would legit be it. Did you see throwing him, take down Mort, and then just like that, pretty much. Yeah, I regret bringing that up. I regret bringing that up. I regret that instantly. Those rabbits will take control of the minions, and just like that. It's just like that when the rabbits have control of the minions. And wait a minute! Wasn't the rabbits a DreamWorks show? I thought it was. That might have been the fourth one I was thinking of then. Because I remember the rabbits had their show, and it was always on around the same time you had Kung Fu Panda, Monsters vs. Aliens. I don't remember what the name of that particular show was. I just remember that. And then, uh, crap. Penguins of Madagascar. Makes sense. I don't know. I thought they were. Kowalski, analysis. They seem to be very unsure of themselves, Skipper. Great, that's just what we need. A whole bunch of unknown unknowns. Rico, private, take these things down. Right, old Skipper. Ah. That just shows you how much I know this show. I can quote them. Oh my god, I can quote the penguins. Oh my god, I can quote the penguins. I didn't know I could do that. I did not know I could do that. I legit did not know I could do that. Kowalski, analysis. I don't know, because keep in mind, he does have his massive bots he could use that he used to try to take down, well, I guess you could call it his own creation, but yeah, that worked out really well in the movie. But he could always just use those, pick up all the rabbits, and just take them somewhere else. Yeah, but Minion wouldn't do much though. Like I said, you'd have more luck with the little flying bots grabbing each one of the rabbits and just taking them somewhere else. I think you'd have much more luck with that than you would with anything else. Yeah, I kind of feel like it'd be the other way around. I feel like Minion would be playing with them. They're really cute, sir. Minion, we do not make friends with the enemies. I just still can't get over actually quote almost to a T how Penguins of Madagascar thing would go. Oh my god, I can't believe that. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I could do that. Nah, I couldn't see that. I mean, Cortex could get beaten by a blue dragon and a bandicoot. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Sorry. I mean, Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century? I'm I'm colorblind. Sue me. I'm colorblind. You know that. You know that. I'm colorblind. Sue me. Looks blue to me. I'm colorblind. It's something that everybody constantly forgets. I am colorblind. Does that mean that I see colors like everybody else? No. What does that mean? I see the world the way that I see the world. And you see the world the way you see the world. And we all live in harmony. Oh, ow. I'm legit gonna say the only victory Zim had until he was taken down by his own hubris was when he was harvesting the organs from his classmates. That was honestly the only victory Zim had. That was it. Megamind versus a Melmacian that just wants to watch television, smoke, gamble, and eat food. Yeah. I easy way to defeat him. Just give him a whole bunch of television subscriptions. Here's a subscription to a lifetime of interdimensional cable. Yeah, but remember though, Alf didn't actually eat cats. That was the weird part. He was a Melmacian that would not eat a cat. I vaguely remember that, but I got blew my nose again. Oh, sorry. Like I said, we had to chase Twix around last night, and she kicked up a crap ton of dust. With it being wintertime, we have the windows closed, so we can't get it to leave. Yeah, or cats. Cats. The wonderful world of cats. So nobody ever. Look, I will admit this. I actually hate that musical Cats, and I don't think I'm alone in that. I particularly hate that movie that they made. Now that would be an interesting matchup because the Warners are basically they're the living embodiment of chaos. Just they are creative chaos. The Rabbids are just chaos. They won't go together. That actually would be pretty cool to understand. I'm not gonna lie about that. I would be down for that. The Rabbids versus the Warners. So you're gonna go check out some Beakman's World then, Alter? They wouldn't have control of the minions. That's the problem. None of Brain's plans worked to take over the world. The only time the world was about to get taken over was because of Pinky's idea, and he couldn't stand it, so he brought it to an end. He had to bring that to an end. He could not take that Pinky's idea was going to work, and his none of his succeeded, and Pinky's was going to work, and it was driving him nuts. I remember that episode. One of the few times the Brain actually was willing to not take over the world. Yeah, they would not. They wouldn't even have a chance. remember that they essentially are, well, mice. These are rabbits. Mice, rabbits. Yeah, wouldn't it well? That's for sure. No, because we could not come to an agreement on the banana splits versus the rabbits. Because honestly, I don't think either would work. Because the banana splits just exist. The rabbits are, like I said, chaos. Banana splits are just there. They have no real purpose. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I remember us talking about the rabbits taking on an annoying Ranger Smith. So yes, we did. They can run in and out of stuff to put the rabbits against. So just honestly okay, but I'm gonna hate to ask this, but who's Doctor Blowhole? I don't know who Doctor Blowhole is. I know about Professor Triple Extra Large. Oh yeah, okay, the dolphin. Honestly, I don't see that ending well, but okay, now I remember him. But like I said, I know Professor Triple Extra Large. He wouldn't even try to take them on because they would leave him alone. He'd be fine with it. He's not going to fight him. Doofenshmirtz, the guy that just wants to take over the tri-state area, that gets stopped by a platypus. Yeah, I don't even think the rabbit would be a blip on his radar, and he's actually handled world-ending threats and helped. So I kind of feel like one of his stupid ideas would probably work out, or just send Norm after them. Uh, Captain Underpants, I don't think would really take on the rabbits. He was more of the kids summoned him because one of the teachers was going evil, more so than we're gonna use the rabbit, more so than we're gonna use Captain Underpants to take on like other threats. It was more of a teacher's gone evil, we need help. And honestly, I would see the tick one in that one. Got that. Um, why would Cusco ever want to take on the rabbits? That's the problem. There's nothing for them to take. That's just it. There's nothing for the rabbits to take. But, yep, we did that. The minions only really take orders from the strongest being on the planet. So Marvin is a Martian from Mars. Big difference. All right. Well, I think I said my piece about Beakman's World. You're going to go check it out. And we're kind of going back to the overall who can beat the rabbits thing. So I think it's time to call it then for the week. Because we're back to who can beat the rabbits. So we've kind of gone circle. All right. I don't know what next week's topic's going to be, but I will think about it during the week. Maybe I just might do one on Power Rangers since Sinclair did his last history of Power Rangers for now. But yeah. Anyway, though, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Hope you have a great time. I can talk about Despicable Me. But the downside is I only saw the first one. I didn't see the second or the third. So there is that. But yeah, I'll catch you all next week. Bye for now, everybody. I hope you all have a great weekend and have a fun time. If you're going to watch the Super Bowl, enjoy it because I'm sure it's heck not because my team ain't in it. I'll catch you all next week. Bye.